What's up, Raptors fans? Franchise, Scott Campsall, RaptorsHQ TV, on the street, not on the street, actually in the gym, live at one of the Air Canada Centre Raptors workouts, pre-draft, and we just saw 6 prospects come in. No big names in terms of first rounders, but a couple interesting kids.
Basically, I think the one that stood out to me anyway was Quincy Acey. He shows a lot of energy out there, basically tries to dunk anything and everything that he can get his hands on. So I think he was really impressive, and JaMychal Green's another interesting prospect.
Yeah, totally agree. We got to speak to both. We'll have the video footage of our chat with JaMychal specifically. Acey, I think, was the one that Stefanski, obviously Raptors management, sort of noted that was most impressive, and you could see it in the 3-on-3s. You could see it just in terms of the way he attacks the basketball. Do you see a fit with the Raptors?
The Raptors do have quite the crowded front court, but I mean, with a guy that's that high energy, he can get after it on the boards, he can get after it on defense, and again, you know, anything close to the rim, he's going to try and dunk. So I think it never hurts to have a guy like that on your team, and if you're picking him with a second-round pick, I mean, that's usually, you know, a low-risk pick, so I could definitely see a fit there.
Yeah, I think so too. JaMychal interests me a little bit more, actually, because I think he shows a little more of an NBA varied skill set. Acey essentially, you know, provides that athleticism and rebounding, but one of the knocks, I think, and watching him at Baylor, you saw this a lot, is he didn't do it enough, I don't think, and you know, he could be a dominant defensive player, and he should have been at that level, and you know, wasn't necessarily all the time. Green, on the other hand, though, face-up game, really some nice around the basket moves, which we even saw on the 3-on-3, some nice up and unders and spins, and you wonder the comparisons to guys like Brandon Bass. You know, those seem to be fairly accurate in terms of the skill set coming into the league, at least the way Bass was at LSU.
Oh, for sure. One of Green's biggest assets is that he can step out and make that jump shot, which is something that basically made Bass's career up to this point. Bass has got a little bit more meat on him, and Green's a little leaner, maybe a little bit quicker with the ball as well, but definitely a good comparison there.
Yeah, I think that's sort of when you're looking at where this guy could be in the NBA and in terms of a potential fit with the Raptors. You know, when you're looking at second-round picks, if you can get a guy that can contribute in those sort of specific NBA-ready skills, whether it's three-point shooting, rebounding, those things that always translate, then I think that's, you know, it's a home run for the second round.
Definitely, I think that's what you aim for. Second round, you're not going to get a guy that's going to do everything for you, but if he's got one specific skill set, you know, that's what you're aiming for.
I thought it was interesting, Ed Stefanski kind of summarized the workouts this week, and it seemed like they're pretty happy with who they've seen. Big workout next week, it sounds like, so we'll probably see a couple more big first-round lottery names, but I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe there'd be more guys they'd want to see.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. I mean, it seems like, especially with all the talk around trading the pick, it seems like that's kind of where they're headed. I mean, normally there's a lot of more buzz around it, and they have a lot of more guys in, so it might be a scheduling issue, but I mean, you could say it that way, or you could also see it the way that maybe they're trying to trade this pick, so they're not so worried about who they're going to pick with it.
No, that's a good point. But it sounds like they were pretty happy with workouts that they got in. Lots of good players that they saw, and sounds like they've got some more work to do in terms of the evaluation, obviously, medical stuff. Stefanski touched on, but I think they're pretty much ready to roll.
Seems that way.
Awesome. Coming to you live again, Air Canada Centre. We were watching Alvin Williams and Eric Hughes work out a bit. Give us your thoughts, obviously, on the draft process, what you like. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, and we'll talk to you guys next time.